32 years ago today, I had my last child, and I am approaching his site. Today is his birthday, so I have to come out here early this morning before I go to work, and the rest of the family and friends will come out later on today and have balloons and, you know, sit around and talk or do whatever they do. When I had my youngest child, Isaiah, I almost hemorrhaged to death. So long story short, I refused a blood transfusion all the way to the end. So I didn't die. I'm still here. And somebody saved me, or it just happened. I don't know. I'm going to say God saved me. I'm going to say that. But I don't know what happened really, because a lot of people don't be saved. I did pray a lot the whole time I was losing blood, but I'm still here to tell the story, so I don't know what happened. I can say that. But I'm just not going to still act like that everything is okay in this life, because it's not. So I am anti-natalist now, against having babies. And the reason why I'm anti-natalist is because once you have a child and bring them into this world, they have to leave back out of this world too. They have to leave back out. So, excuse me, no matter how bad you want a baby or you think you want a baby and all of that, it's just more to think about than thinking about the gaga goo-goo stuff. It's way more going on in this life than some gaga and some goo-goo. It's a whole nother life that you're not thinking about. And that's the sad part of it. So I wouldn't advise anybody to bring a baby into this. And say 15 years ago, I didn't think like this. I did not think like this. I started thinking this way after I came out of the Kingdom Hall. And because I just, like I said the last time, I always thought everything that was bad came from Satan, and everything that was good came from God, the Creator. So I don't know. People are going to do what they want to do, and they're supposed to. But then a lot of people are not thinking about what happens once you have a child and bring them into this world. And they're going to have to face all kind of challenges and problems, and no telling what might happen when they get older, because we see how bad and corrupt it is now. It's not getting better. And if it does seems like it's getting better, we may better be afraid for real then. But it's just so much that goes on in this life that nobody even thinks about until it starts happening, you know? You just don't think about it. So, I don't know. I just hope people will start thinking farther ahead than just, oh, I love my husband, I want a baby by him, or, you know, it's going to be the cutest little thing. Yeah, but you're not bringing it in the cutest little world, though. So that's the part people don't think about. And I'm not knocking people, because I didn't think about it either. I wasn't thinking about the bad part of life. I just thought people, you know, they just, of course they're going to die. But when you're young and you want a baby, you do not be thinking like that. You just be thinking about having a baby by the person that you love. And sometimes people may not even be trying to get pregnant, but they still, you know, end up having the babies, but they're still not thinking about this part of it. See, this is the real part right here. This is real. To have to come out here on my child's birthday, at a garden. I think his lot is Garden of Harmony, if I'm not mistaken. All of the lots out here are Garden of this and Garden of Serenity and garden of everything. I think that's much more pleasant than calling it the other two words, as we know what they are. It just sounds more pleasant. The feeling is not more pleasant, but it makes it sound more pleasant to say the garden, because every plot out here is called the Garden of Light, the Garden of Serenity, and different garden names. So that's why I call it the garden. I just really don't know what to say at this moment. I'm kind of like at a loss of words. I can think of a whole lot of things to talk about, but my mind is just kind of going blank right now. But I just would advise people to think before they have a baby and bring it into this. Think about what you're seeing every day. Just think about what you're seeing every day. You know, you have people that are jealous. You have people that they don't think like you think. And that's what happened to my son. When he was murdered that day, it wasn't just him, it was another guy too. They were best friends. And the guy that did it knew them. So they were making music and he wasn't included, but they did the best they could for letting him be around, and, giving him money and food and stuff like that. But that wasn't good enough. So you see, you have to be very careful in this world, because just people can dislike you for a number of reasons. It can be the way you carry yourself, and it could be you're too clean. I've worked with ladies before. They thought I was too clean. I washed my hands too much. I used too much paper towel. I ignored them though. So my point is, people be jealous for numerous reasons. And when I show people his picture, sometimes they ask me, is all of that his hair? Yes, all of that is his hair, every string of it. And my daughter wanted to take a dreadlock when he had passed away, and I told her, no, leave his hair intact. I don't want anything taken off of his head. No dreadlocks, no nothing, because that would have just made it sadder for me. But I wouldn't have let it happen anyway. But anyway, we have to be very mindful of where we're living at when we're thinking about bringing children into this world. My baby was 27 years old when he was ambushed. And he made 32 years old sometimes this morning. I don't remember the exact time he was born, but it was before 11, I think. But anyway, this is a sad story that we have to live and tell. It's just very sad. It's very sad how we were put here, and nobody have any answers to anything about the things that's going on. Because when you actually read the Bible and see what it's saying, it does not add up to what we're seeing, because nobody can tell me that all of these horrific, heinous things happen to people because of Adam and Eve. I do not believe that anymore. It's left up to everyone to believe what they want to believe. I personally cannot see all of these things happening in the world today because Adam and Eve did what they did. They're out of existence and we're still being punished for it. Supposedly. They're out of existence, but we're still here, going through what we call life. I call it a horror story because that's what it is. But anyway, I hope everybody have a good day and stay safe out there. And just try to enjoy your life the best you can. Just try to enjoy it the best you can. If it's a plate of good food, have that plate of good food that day. If somebody can make you laugh, laugh. I mean, just whatever you can get out of it, just try to get what you can. And try to enjoy it the best you can. And I'm going to check off so I can stand here a few minutes and with my son's memories. All we have are memories. Everything is a memory. Whatever happened yesterday is just a memory. I've been thinking about that a lot lately too. Everything is just a memory. What can you do with a memory? It's just a memory. All you can do is think about it. And then if you think too much about that, it can make you sad. If it's a bad memory, it could be a happy memory. But when you end up like where I'm standing at this morning, it can turn into a sad memory. So one of my sons asked me, was I going to make any positive videos? You know, that sound kind of positive sometimes. And I said, that's not what this is about. I said, I thought about that too. I said, if you think of something positive, let me know and I'll talk about it. I said, because if I do start off talking about something positive, it can still end up bad. That's just like, say, for instance, people go on vacations. Oh, they go to the mountains. The mountains are supposed to be so beautiful. Or they go on a cruise or whatever. Do you actually see how many people do not make it back home alive from those beautiful sights that they went to go see? So that's my point. Even if I do start off with something positive, it can still land in a bad space. Because that's what this is. Things look beautiful. Yeah, they appear to be beautiful. To me, nothing is beautiful in life anymore. It's just not. Not as far as places and, like the mountains and all these things like that that's created. I just don't see the beauty in it anymore, because it's too many people that don't even make it back home alive from their beautiful vacation that they were supposed to be going on. It can turn out bad or it can turn out good. You can make it back home safe, but it's just being just knowing that anything can go wrong at any time, where a person can lose their life. That is not beautiful to me. But you can get positive out of it. You can get positive out of it. I could get positive out of it. If positive happens, that'll be a good thing. But at the same time, you have to face reality. You might not make it back home when you go on a cruise or go climb the mountains. Just horrific things be happening to people. I know for the most part, people do make it back home alive and safe. And that's a wonderful thing. It really is. But on the low side, it might not work like that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stand here for a while and then go on to work. And I'll come back later with something else. And hope everybody have a good day. And hope your year is going well too. Starting of the new year. So thank you for listening.